So, tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today is the D23 special. Hooray! Guys, where's the enthusiasm? Give me something.
Oh.
Beer.
Whee!
Awesome. All right, we're going to discuss everything Fox announced, everything Disney Studios announced, everything Disney Plus announced, everything Lucasfilm announced, everything Marvel Studios announced, everything Pixar announced, and everything else that was announced. All this and more on this week's episode of Keepin the Geek Bros. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes, Keepin the Geek Bros podcast D23 special. You guys have to love the fact that we do these specials. This one is not going to be a 3-part though, 1 part. So I'm your host Vibe, and with me are my fellow Geek Bros.
Darth Flex.
Garbanzo.
Fantastic, Darth Flex. Before we get into today's special, give these fine people our social media.
Fuck. All right. You guys can find us on Instagram and Twitter at GeekBros0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also email us at geekbros0@yahoo.com. Please send us your favorite stuff about D23. You can also check us out on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/geekbros0. Pretty good stuff on there. And the first motherfucking place to find the Geek Bros.
The first motherfucking place.
WeBeGeeksPC.com. Thank you, Mike. Now, if you want to check out this beautiful concoction of Egyptian cinnamon, cafe con leche, and milk, I mean the milkiest of chocolate, you can check us out on youtube.com/5rep Studios. That's VIBE or EVSTUDIOS.
Thank you so much. The D23 special starts now. D23 is the official fan club for the Walt Disney Company, founded in 2009. The organization is known mainly for the biennial? The biennial? That's how you spell it. Okay. It's biennial. It's biennial exposition event, the D23 Expo. The name D23 refers to D for Disney and 23 for 1923, the year Walt Disney founded his company. So, let's get right into it with the Fox announcements. Co-chairman of Walt Disney Studios, Alan Horn, was the host of that panel. So, what they announced is Ford vs. Ferrari will hit theaters in November. Spies in Disguise, an animated feature, comes out in December. The King's Man arrives in February 2020. That's the Kingsman prequel. The first sequel to Avatar will be released in 2021. So before I ask the audience question, is there anything in that you guys even care about?
Actually, the Spy in Disguise, I think it's the one that they turned Will Smith into a pigeon.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm actually, I don't know. I'm kind of down for that. I'm also down for the Kingsman. I like the movie series, and I'm looking forward to seeing what how it all started.
I agree. I actually am very interested in the Kingsman. I didn't like Kingsman, the Golden Circle or whatever it was called, but I definitely want to see this prequel. Prequels usually suck, but who knows? This actually might be good. Now, audience question I'm going to throw it to you guys: does anybody still care about Avatar? Email us geekbros0@yahoo.com.
It's been a while.
You guys, it's been a very long while. Does anybody still care?
Well, honestly, since I saw Avatar on psychedelics, it's been a really new experience for me, and I'm excited for the next 7 movies or 5 movies, whatever.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them. So
I think they're all filmed like back to back to back.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what if they flop? Like, what are you gonna do now? Just because the one did really well. So we'll see. Because it's been a very long time. But maybe this will be the next Force Awakens, and then of course they'll have their own Last Jedi. I can't wait. So again, does anybody still care about Avatar? Email us geekbros0@yahoo.com. We're moving on to Disney Studios announcement.
Yes.
Jungle Cruise. Disney will release a film based on the iconic Jungle Cruise ride. The film features Dwayne Johnson as the skipper and Emily Blunt as a scientist looking for a magical tree with healing properties. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, a sequel to Maleficent, takes place several years after the first. Aurora is now older, and she and her adoptive mother must deal with a world that wants to keep them apart. Angelina Jolie, who reprises her role as will reprise her role as Maleficent. Disney also showed several clips from Mulan. It hits theaters next year. The scene detailed an epic battle sequence and costuming for the reimagining. The film will blend together elements of the original ballad of Mulan and the Disney animated feature. Excuse me, I'm getting hoarse. Oh, bless you. Cruella. The studio has also revealed images of Emma Stone as Cruella. But not much has been revealed about the film. Stone did reveal that via video that the movie is set in the 1970s London. Then we also have Raya, the Last Dragon, an animated feature. Film centers around Raya, a warrior in search of the last dragon in a fictional world of, Kumandra. The production team pulled inspiration from Southeast Asia, coming Thanksgiving 2020. Further on, we've got Frozen 2, revealed first glimpses. The film will answer questions like, why does Elsa have powers, but Anna does not? Where did Elsa get her powers? And where were Anna and Elsa's parents going to when they died? So that is all the announcements for Disney Studios. Is there anything in there, guys, you guys are interested in?
Zero. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of agree. I mean, I didn't watch Maleficent. I don't care about Jungle Cruise. They're trying to make that the next Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously. No, Mulan. I am interested in Mulan. That's a lie. I want about Mulan.
Okay. I'm interested to find out more information about Raya the Last Dragon.
Okay.
Raya and the Last Dragon. Cruella, I'm a fan of Emma Stone, so I'm willing to see what she's going to do with that kind of character.
They already did 2 live-action remakes of 101 Dalmatians. What is this going to be?
They're doing the same thing they did with Maleficent. It's be based upon the story of the antagonist.
Yeah, I know, but they already did it. Oh, you think so? Oh, okay. So they're going to try and humanize Cruella?
Possibly.
Okay, I get it. I know that Darflex. Tell me about how excited you are about Frozen 2.
I actually like Frozen. I do like the movies, but am I excited? No, I'll probably wait till whenever it's not on theater to watch it. I mean, I think I saw Frozen about a year after it came out, and I did enjoy it. But to say that I'm excited about it, no, I'm not. I mean, I do like the music in it.
I do want to see Jungle Cruise.
Why? Because of The Rock?
Well, actually, mostly because Emily Blunt. But honestly, I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do with it.
Well, it might be like Pirates of the Caribbean, and they do something kind of rad with it. But I don't know. Who knows? But you guys already know how I feel about Frozen. It's why I have not finished Kingdom Hearts. I can't get past that level. So, what are you guys most interested about in Disney Studios announcements? Email us, let us know, and let's talk about it. We're gonna move on to Disney Plus announcements, which is of course the highlight. The Mandalorian TV series. Okay, a full trailer was released. The show will debut on Disney Plus on December 12th, the day the platform launches. So I would assume that you guys saw the trailer for The Mandalorian.
Absolutely.
Let's do a quick
with IG-11 and everything. It was beautiful.
Let's do a quick little review of that. What Flex? What did you think?
Okay. So what we saw at Celebration, it's just too hard to top that. But from what I saw in the trailer itself, it was pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this. I mean, it's a strong cast, man. I mean, at least in my opinion, like I
agree.
Pedro Pascal is amazing in Narcos, amazing in Game of Thrones. Pretty much anything he's done so far, he's a true thespian. Gina Carano, probably, if not the hottest fighter to ever grace the UFC. And Carl Weathers, bro, come on, Apollo Creed. Come on,
man. Actually, you think of Apollo, I think of the Predator.
But he, okay. I mean, that was really short lived. Dylan, you son of a bitch! And then
yeah.
That was probably one of the gayest but most badass. It's just 2 men holding hands.
That was a bromance. That was a true bromance.
What's crazy is you actually hear the leather just But I am very excited. So I'm waiting for November when Disney Plus has that bundle. It's going to include ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu, correct? So I'm going to get that because...
What? You gonna say?
No, go ahead.
Just because I consume a lot of UFC content through ESPN Plus, I use Hulu for a lot, especially watching my current Smallville episodes. And I want Disney Plus for the Clone Wars and for the Obi Wan Kenobi and for the Mandalorian. You know, so I mean, the price is pretty good in my opinion, and it's going to keep me entertained for hours because I'm going to have multiple avenues of entertainment from different things that I focus my life on.
Garbanzo, the Mandalorian.
I'm as stoked as anyone can be stoked for the Mandalorian. I mean, I was stoked when we saw the sneak peek footage at Celebration. It was magic. But also, I remember seeing the Disney Plus thing. They for D23 members, they have a special pack, that special bundle that actually it ends up being like $3.99 a month but you sign a 3-year commitment.
I'll do it.
Excuse me, can you please repeat that?
Okay, you have to be a D23 member, which for one single person is $100. For a family, it's $130. Okay, and then you get a bunch of different stuff too. As a D23 member, you get like discounts on a bunch of stuff. And
yeah, I was gonna say, what does D23 member? What does that get you? But okay,
this is once a year, right? Like
it's a once a year pay. It's a for 1 year fee, for one whole year. And then
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Now, but does this include ESPN?
Well, no. For the $3.99, I don't know because I can't. I don't because I'm not a D23 member. I can't go in and see the details of it. But from my understanding, it's like a 3-year contract for. And also, you get discount tickets for D23 for when it comes around. I mean, I will be joining.
Obviously, we're gonna get fucking press passes for that. So.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Obvi.
Yes. So yeah. Then you get a bunch of really cool pins and stuff like that when you sign up. That's really about it.
So I know. So basically, Joe Tar should sign up and recoup his money back. All right. So
you probably could.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm thrilled to death about this trailer. I'm thrilled to death about it. I don't know. It looks very mature for Disney Plus. You'd think that it does. I mean, come on. Yeah. Actually, I was like, the scene where he grappling hooks somebody and pulls him back into the thing, and the door shuts on the torso. I mean,
we don't know.
It may not cut him in half, but that's That's kind of violent. It's really violent.
Remember, Pulp Fiction is a Disney movie.
Yeah, but classic Disney movie in the past. So
Song
I'm
of
just
the
saying.
South is a Disney movie. Yes,
but that was unintentionally racist back then, of course. So I don't know. It seems to be very mature for Disney Plus, but I am thrilled to death. I am excited about it. I like where it is. It takes place 5 years after the Return of the Jedi. It's in the Outer Rim, and it's just lawless. What do you guys? What are you hoping to get out of this series?
A boner.
Flex.
A boner.
Okay. That withstanding anything else?
No. I would love to see how the Underground and how the Scoundrels actually work, because we have this fantasy of Han Solo being this, the Scoundrel, but I want to see what a real, because he's pretty much an angel throughout the series, right? Like, I mean, he's gonna be good. Yeah. I want to see what a real Scoundrel.
Yeah, you want to see? You want to see a Star Wars scumbag?
I want to see. You know what I think this is going to be? Obviously a different setting, but I think this is going to be what Star Wars 1313 was going to be.
Oh.
Not necessarily the story, but the content and the feel that we were going to get.
Concept, yep. Yeah. Well, that'd be good. What do you expect what are you hoping for, Garbanzo?
I'm hoping for a story. I'm hoping for more in-depth stories. Just something a little different.
I thought you were gonna.
I've been wanting for a live-action Star Wars series for as long as I can remember. They've never been able to do it. and now they're finally doing it, and I am super excited.
All right. Yep, I'm still totally excited too. I'm hoping. Listen, there's a whole 30-year gap between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, and I'm hoping, that we get, even on the peripheral side, just some history. I want to know what happened with the galaxy. I want to know what happened with how the rebellion went to the New Republic, how the Empire became the First Order. I know I'm asking for too much, and that's not what the show's about, and it's probably not going to address it. But that's what I've been craving for ever since the Force Awakens. Is I want those 30 years to be shrunk. I want to know what happened. We got a little taste of it in Bloodline. We got a little taste of it in The Legend of Skywalker. A couple of books. Even in Aftermath. Aftermath was the bomb. The Aftermath three series. But that was actually like directly after Return of the Jedi. I want to know how the Rebellion became the New Republic. I want to know how the Republic was with Mon Mothma. I want to know how the Republic demilitarized. I want to know how nobody knew that the Empire went out there. They were coming back. I want to know that stuff. So I'm hoping that maybe not season 1, maybe season 2, we get a little bit more world building. That's what I'm hoping for. So with that being said, we're going to move on to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Our premiere date has been set. That's February 2020 for the 7th and final season. Gents, what do you guys... I would assume you guys are excited about seeing the last season of The Clone Wars. What are you hoping to see in the last season of Clone Wars? Flex.
Closure. And
episode 3 is closure for the Clone Wars. So what kind of closure are you looking for?
Okay, so closure really for, I guess not closure. I want to see if, God, it's tough. It's tough because at the same time, like, I kind of want to see Ahsoka's, like, honestly, fuck, that's a great question right now. I'm confusing myself. I have no idea what I want to see. I just want to see. Actually, you know what I'd like to see? I like to see them, which I know they're not going to do, is Commandos. But
it's feasible.
I don't know, honestly. I am just hoping to see more Clone Wars because out of all the animated series, even the cartoon one, this was by far my favorite. Even though it's a kid's show, I mean, it was pretty solid. It held up pretty well.
That kid show went beyond just kids. I'm sorry, I think
towards the end, it got a little like deep. Like,
I would say more like from the middle to the end. I mean after the season 1, season 2.
I want to say season 3. It got
season 3. They really kicked it up a notch. I'm just like, yeah, this is when the real stuff happening. Garbanzo, what are you looking for season 7?
I just want to see more Clone Wars. I want to see what they're going to do with the story. I have no idea where they're going to go with it. I'm just excited to see more. I want to maybe see a transition between Clone Wars and Rebels, it's
kind of hard.
Kind of to see where Ahsoka goes and becomes with a role in Rebels.
They already did that though in her book, the Ahsoka book.
That's the book. I want to see it on screen.
I want to see it. Well, they're not going to go that far, but okay, all right. Well, I'm hoping.
Gets her in that rank, in that way. Like, who does she speak to, and kind of the pre-work for that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. For me, I just want to see Order 66, but from a different perspective. And can you imagine seeing it in an anime perspective? Because we do know we're going to the Mandalorian planet. I forget what it's named. And Mandalore. Wow. Holy shit. Sorry. Mandalorian planet Mandalore. He's going to Mandalore. We're going to Mandalore, and we're gonna have a final showdown between Darth Maul and Ahsoka. And we do know that it's there that's when Order 66 happens, and that's how we see what happens. How Maul escapes, how Rex and Ahsoka, escape and do their own thing. So I want to see that. I want to see how they'll show that.
And then we also get the setup for Kenobi.
How do you figure that?
Because Kenobi's going to pick up shortly after the order. It's when he's on Tatooine.
Right.
And they're going to bring Maul into that. I'm telling you now.
No, they're not. They can't.
They can't because if you read the book Kenobi, it wouldn't make sense.
But the book Kenobi was pre-canon.
You're right. You're right. But Obi Wan and Maul had their final showdown in Rebels. if Maul was like in his little Force Jedi whatever communion with Ezra, he's like, oh, Kenobi's alive, and he knew that he was on Tatooine, but he only found that out because of the holocron. I don't see them saying that Maul and Kenobi met up before while he was on exile. It would cheapen that final duel that they had on Tatooine. They've had more than enough fights in the Clone Wars. We have the impression that Rebels gave me was they haven't seen each other since the Clone Wars. See what I'm saying? So I don't think if they do it, they're gonna cheapen and ruin that final showdown. That's what I say.
If they do it, because remember the whole point of this is that the show Kenobi is gonna be after the show Rebels.
Right, but he thinks that Kenobi didn't survive. Because if you watch the Rebels,
okay, I understand that.
Kenobi's alive.
So what if he does at the very end and he finds out that Kenobi's alive? We know Maul's alive. Look at the Solo.
Right, but we know he's alive. Of course we know he's alive because we see him in Rebels as well. But what I'm trying to say is that if he knew that Kenobi was alive, then he wouldn't have been so surprised to find out that he's alive when he was communing with Ezra when they got the holocrons.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you, and I think that he's gonna. Okay, again, you're treating it as two different timelines,
right?
As two different things. Just because he found out he's alive, and Maul being Maul is gonna act on it.
But he did in Rebels. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I mean, I don't. Did you see those episodes when he found out that Obi Wan was still alive, and then he went to Tatooine to go find him, and then he drew Ezra over there. And then Ezra drew out Kenobi, and then Maul confronted Kenobi, and Kenobi killed him. That was it. He didn't have any idea that Kenobi was alive until that scene where he's like, he's alive, and he went to go search for him. So for him to then still know that he survived Order 66, there's no way, unless you're gonna tell me that Maul defeats him and Maul thinks he killed him, and somehow. Because he can't meet up with Kenobi, and Kenobi escapes. Because then he knows Kenobi's alive. So there's no way I could see them putting Maul in it, because they unfortunately jumped the gun. They gave it to Rebels. I think it's probably going to be there was the Kenobi. I think it was the Kenobi comic or Kenobi book where one of the Jedi's were on Tatooine. He fell to the dark side. He became a Tusken Raider, and he started killing people. And Obi-Wan had to confront him. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, technically speaking, he was a Tusken Raider before he became a Jedi.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You're right. So it's gonna be something like that. Now they did say that Obi-Wan is not gonna be on. He's leaving Tatooine, but I'm being honest with you. He shouldn't leave Tatooine. The Obi-Wan that we got, he's not gonna leave Luke unattended at all. So I don't know what they're gonna create that gives him the confidence to, okay, our only hope, or one of our only hopes that I'm supposed to be protecting. I'm just gonna fly off the planet and go do some adventure, then come back, and I'm sure he's gonna be fine.
And I think that the Jedi that we're talking about, his name was Sharad Het.
Yes, exactly.
Sharad
yes.
Het.
So I hope they don't make him leave the planet. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's not much. I mean, there's plenty you can do probably on Tatooine, but if he leaves the planet, it's going to cheapen it out, because we were given the impression that he stayed there for 30 years and he watched over Luke. I'm sorry, but if that's your ward, you don't leave your ward for any reason to go off on any other adventure. If that's true, then Obi-Wan should have left Tatooine and helped the rebels a lot sooner then, when they were in dire.
The thing is, by helping the rebels, I don't know. All right.
That's just how I feel, though. But I mean, I can't wait for the show regardless. So, with that being said, if there's nothing else to talk about that, no, good. We're gonna move on to What If, an animated series featuring the cast of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Each of the 23 episodes focuses on an alternate outcome of every MCU film released so far. Episode concept teased features Peggy Carter as Cap and the Winter Soldier battling a zombified Captain America on a subway car. The Loki series follows his exploits after escaping the Avengers during the various timey-wimey events of Endgame. It will also explore whether the traitor's god Mistress could make a real friend. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Emily Van Camp is also set to return as Sharon Carter for that series. And of course, The antagonist is going to be Baron Zemo, played by the same actor. WandaVision is described as a half sitcom, half epic MCU event, but few concrete details were released besides the revelation that Kat Dennings, Darcy from Thor, will appear, as well as Catherine Hahn as the superheroes pair of nosy neighbors.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
And also the from the show Off the Boat.
Fred Kwan, no. That's wrong. I know what you're saying, but no, he's not. Yeah, he played the FBI agent in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
He's also going to be in WandaVision.
Yes, he is.
Oh, Ray Park. I mean, not Ray Park. Randall Park.
Yeah, sure. I think so.
Maybe
the Korean guy from.
You're right.
Yeah.
Other MCU mentions for Disney Plus is Miss Marvel, a series. It was revealed the character is set to appear in MCU films as well. Moon Knight and She-Hulk were also announced as upcoming shows for both. Both will fit into Phase 4 of the MCU.
Okay, awesome.
We've got Pixar shorts. Forky Ask a Question. Tony Hale returns to voice his fan favorite character from Toy Story 4. A similar collection of shorts is also coming from Monsters Inc., titled Monsters at Work.
Monsters at Work,
a workplace comedy set in the Scary Factory. We reported on this last episode, but Lady and the Tramp, a film exclusively on the service starring Tessa Thompson and Justin Theroux, that will be released with the platform launch on the 12th of November. Unlike The Lion King and The Jungle Book, the animals themselves will be real dogs with computer animated mouths. All screen used dogs are rescues who have been rehomed afterwards.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, so Lady and the Tramp is only going to be on Disney Plus. It's not going to be actually put on.
Only Disney Plus. It's Disney Plus exclusive at launch. Yes.
Oh, and then also before you forget something we kind of passed over, yeah. I am extremely looking forward to seeing K2SO along with Cassian Andor in the new with Diego Luna on the other show. I don't know.
Did they actually mention that? I'm not even sure because it wasn't on. It was on the panel.
Yeah, it was on the panel.
Was it? Okay. Well, apparently, unfortunately, that wasn't on my detailed coverage, which came from 3 different websites. Nobody mentioned it, but we'll keep it moving. We've got Muppets Now, a brand new unscripted Muppets TV show named Muppets Now is incoming with all the classic characters returning and featuring an expected slew of celebrity appearances. So, gents, will you be subscribing to Disney Plus in November?
If I can, I want to do it right now.
Absolutely. So,
I'm going to wait to pay.
You're going to wait to pay? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, for the Mandalorian.
True.
I gotta watch anything.
Well, all the episodes are coming out weekly. They're not dumping it all like Netflix, so it's actually weekly.
But like I said, I'm still gonna have ESPN on there as well too, so it's good for me. I'll wait.
So, audience, of course, will you be subscribing to Disney Plus in November? And tell us which one of the Disney Plus announcements that we just mentioned that you're most excited about. Jess, did you want to comment on any of the things after the Obi Wan series before we move on? There's the What If, Loki series, Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, MCU.
I'm looking forward to all of it.
Okay. I'm looking forward to most is What If. I like the idea of What If and other ideas, and the fact that it's being voiced by the actual people in the movies. That's great. The Loki series, I'm not really all that thrilled about. I don't really care. I'll watch it, but it's inconsequential, especially since this series ruins Loki's death in Endgame for me. And I told you I like finality. I like to see stakes. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, yeah, sure. I like Baron Zemo, so I want to watch it because I enjoyed his character in Civil War. WandaVision sounds like it sounds ambitious. That's all I have to say. I don't know whether it's gonna be great, and I don't know how this is gonna connect to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But the fact that Kat Dennings, Darcy, is gonna be in it, it's like I don't get why she's from Thor. I mean, I'm getting that you can throw all the different characters all everywhere you want, but that's an odd choice, in my opinion. I don't. So
maybe she ends up becoming friends. Maybe like I said, maybe she ends up becoming friends with Wanda for whatever reason, and then that's kind of where it goes from there.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so we move on to Lucasfilm announcements. There's only one really that's non-Disney Plus related. The new Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker trailer and poster reveal. Now, the new poster for the film features Rey and Kylo Ren facing off in the shadow of the Emperor, which had a lot of backlash. Actually, they're saying that it looks cheap and fan made, and that the Emperor looks, and that the Emperor looks like a cartoon, and that the Emperor's face on that poster is actually is actually modeled off of a toy. They put a toy side by side. They said it's from a toy. So in the footage,
you know what? I'm getting okay. Here's the thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As of I'm officially not gonna even say anything after this. I'm getting really tired of fucking fans. The whole nitpicking about some of the shit that is absolutely retarded.
Are you referring to the fandom menace?
All of them.
Oh.
I'm just really just. It's like the nitpicking. It's like I don't know.
Yeah. It's gone to a new low, and it's getting to a point where everybody's toxic. But I blame the Last Jedi. In the footage of the trailer was a duel between Rey and Kylo Ren, C-3PO with red eyes, a glimpse of General Leia, and a shot of the group of heroes standing on the cliff above a bustling desert city. The shot that truly made fans in a roar was the quick scene with Rey in a hooded black robe unfolding a red double-sided lightsaber. The final film of the Skywalker saga arrives in theaters in December. So, gents, we're gonna do a mini review of this trailer. Now, of course, we actually did a reaction video that's actually currently being edited. It should be up on YouTube. So if you want to see the full thing, we're just going to give just the tip of your impression of the trailer, just to, for our audience that are listening right now. Darflex.
I'm very actually no, obviously I'm excited, but the one thing that stood out the most in the trailer for me is the scenes from all the original movies or the previous movies with the voiceover. And it's crazy how it starts out with Luke's voice switches to the Emperor's voice. I think it was it was delivered very well, in my opinion.
Yeah. Garbanzo?
I'm excited. I think this will be a good movie.
Okay. The trailer, change your mind or get you a little hyped or anything, or is about it?
I honestly thought the trailer was fantastic. I thought the new poster was great. It gave a sense of homage and kind of like a to just like epic to epic battles, and like I said, that's me.
All right. Well, speaking for the fandom menace, the trailer didn't do anything for me. When it started, I thought it was a very, very gimmicky and very, very, very poor taste to start the trailer off with old clips of the old movies. First, they weren't in chronological order, canon wise, so it made no sense to me. I thought, okay, well, maybe they're gonna ignore the prequels, and then when the prequels came at the end, I'm like, why would you do it like that? That's one. I thought it was in poor taste because in my opinion, the Last Jedi shit on the entire legacy of George Lucas. So why are you invoking George Lucas's creations in this trailer? That's just how I feel about that. The trailer was okay, whatever. It was fine. I absolutely, the minute I saw Darth Rey, I knew that it was a gimmick. Absolutely, they did it just for shock value to get people to be like, oh my god, I gotta see this. Why does she turn dark? She doesn't turn dark. I guarantee that. It's probably a vision or some other nonsense or very, very, very temporary. And I don't know about you guys, but when she released that double-sided lightsaber, that looked so awkward to me. There was nothing badass about that to me. It just was there. It kind of just hooked out and felt like that. I'm just like... And by the way, the awkward close-up pan of her face, that was weird. I don't know why they started with that. Did I hate the trailer? No. Did I like the trailer? No. Does it make me want to see the movie any more or any less? No. But that's just how I feel about the trailer. But I will get deeper into that in our episode. What did you guys think of the trailer? And do you think Rey actually turns to the dark side? Email us, geekbros@yahoo.com. We're going to move on to Marvel Studios announcements. Black Panther II, Ryan Coogler revealed that his treatment for Black Panther 2 has been completed and the film will release May 6th, 2022. So, we got a little ways to wait for that. We had a first look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7. The teaser starts off in 1931, which is very interesting. The show's 7th season is going to be packed with a lot of action en route to the series finale. So you guys know what I've been saying, that after Season 5 and on, it got really good. Season 6 was really, really good. So I'm just saying, no, season 5 was really good. Season 6 was pretty decent, and season 5 was, was rocking it. You guys need to get back into it. You got to get past the first season, maybe the second season. Get past all that Inhuman stuff, maybe a little bit, but once you get into it, it's worth watching. Take a look, go back into it. MCU mentions the cast of the Eternals were presented on stage. Footage from the upcoming Black Widow movie was also shown. The film looks like it was set in the footage was set in Budapest, and it features Scarlett Johansson as a dangerous. Pixar announcements. Oh, is there anything you guys want to discuss about Marvel Studios announcements?
I'm just excited to see Ryan Gosling as T'Challa.
and honestly, I think the cast of Eternals looks amazing. So
it looks spot on. It looks really solid. I mean, I'm curious what they're gonna do with this. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be as fun romping as Guardians of the Galaxy. So they have a little. I would say that this is their next really big risk since Guardians of the Galaxy, because nobody really knows much about the Eternals like that. So I can't wait to see where that goes. Pixar announcements. Onward will arrive in theaters this spring. Centers around two elf brothers who lost their father at a young age. The pair are given a chance to see him via a magic spell. However, when they attempt to perform the spell, something goes wrong. AKA Full Metal Alchemist. Soul. The feature focuses on the question, where am I? And tells the story of how each person on the planet received their soul. Souls are trained in a place called U-Seminar, and only after completing the course are they placed into the body. So that's it for Pixar announcements now. I actually am very interested in Soul. I love that idea. It kind of screams like King Enma in Dragon Ball Z. You know, it's just little puffs. All I see is these little puffs.
Yeah. Just
sitting there, listening, catching up on the character that they're supposed to play in this world. I'm really interested in that movie. Anything you guys are interested in from the two Pixars?
I think I'm looking forward to seeing both of them, actually.
Right? Yeah. I'm just glad that looks like they're going back to original stuff. They're doing sequels for a little bit, so that was it's pretty good. Flex, anything? Pixar?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, we got other announcements, and this is our last stretch. Marvel theme park. Marvel will be getting its own dedicated theme park sections in Walt Disney theme parks. Although construction is well underway in Disney's California Adventure Park ahead of the 2020 opening, there hasn't been much in the way of specifics of what's coming there for the Avengers campus. However, the idea behind the Avengers campus is that the Avengers have set up places all over the world to recruit special people to join their ranks. Special people like everyone who visits Disney Park. The theming will be tied together with other theme parks all over the world that have already have Marvel rides, such as Paris or Hong Kong. There's WEB Web Workshops that is also tied into the Spider-Man themed ride, a PIM Tech space, and a model of a brand new Quinjet specifically just for the Avengers campus. So, of course, you can check out that specific layout. You can see it all at gizmodo.com for that. Gents, what do you think about this Marvel theme park?
I think that people who visit Disney World are not that special, and also I don't care about this theme park.
Oh, unfortunate. Garbanzo, Marvel theme park.
New rides are always fun, so looking forward to new rides.
Wow, the enthusiasm is dying.
I'm just not a fan of theme parks in general, man.
This is D motherfucking 3. I mean, come on now.
There's too many kids and too many just shit people, bro. It sucks.
Look, I'm a massive fan of Disney and their parks.
Of course you are. You go there once a month.
I go there as often as financially possible. But to be honest, I don't have an issue with the parks themselves, and I think that there's a lot of other stuff going on, not just the Marvel theme park or anything like that. There's also they're redoing all of Epcot. They're changing a whole bunch of stuff. They're planning on and adding just more hotels, and they have like some amazing plans coming up for Disney itself and the parks, and I'm actually looking forward to see what they're going to do with it.
All right, cool stuff. Star Wars Hotel. Get ready for Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. That is the official name of the immersive Star Wars hotel that's currently under construction at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. The hotel is a Starcruiser called the Halcyon, and it's owned by a company called called Chandrila Starline. Chandrila is the homeworld of the rebel leader and eventual chancellor of the New Republic, Mon Mothma, and the government hub of the New Republic in its earliest days after the Battle of Endor. Now, I've seen some schematics for this. This is less a hotel and more of an experience, or like a gigantic ride. It seems ridiculously intense. Flex, what do you think?
This I'm excited for, because you can just go to your room and get away from all the shit, people, and kids.
Awesome.
Also, because it is immersive, this is something that I'm actually looking forward to so much, because unlike rides, for the most part, there shouldn't be any lines in it. It should be minimal. And you could also just go back to your room and chill, have a few drinks, and come back out.
I would love it if all our windows didn't actually show the outside. If all our windows are like
maybe they don't. Maybe they're quantum dots.
I would hope, and then all you see is just stars outside. I mean, it might be claustrophobic, but that'd be really, really cool if you want to be really immersive. No windows, or whatever windows there are, it's just shows stars passing by, and you could that's easy to do, you know. So Garbanzo, this is your
all right. So I actually have quite a few details in reference to this. The way it's going to start off is you're actually going to be boarding from the ground into I guess a transport ship. That transport ship is going to dock with the space station, where the capital ship up there, right? You're going to get off, and it's basically a 2 days, 2 night adventure. You're completely immersive. Yes, there are windows, and yes, the windows either can show you what's outside, i.e., space, or whatever planet that you want to go to and travel to. They have multiple. They actually have a training area where you can actually train. You can walk around, and depending on who you interact with, who you speak to, and who you do things with, either you end up siding with the rebels, or siding with the First Order. So there's a lot of things going on. There's different people you can speak to. There's a battle simulator. I think there's one where you actually get to train with a lightsaber, with one of the training droids that Luke did from New Hope.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that. So yeah, there's quite a few things going on with that.
That sounds quite immersive. I would assume that probably out of all the Geek Bros, you're probably going to be the first one to check into this hotel. What do you think?
It all depends. Honestly, I would love to if I could afford it.
All right. Well, I mean, I think if at all possible, you know, the Geek Bros, you know, plus or minus Jotaro, we should probably like proper 12 and hit this place up. I'm just saying, just do that and literally, you know, film a little bit, but actually enjoy ourselves, kind of like and cover this hotel. It doesn't have to be when it first opens, because it's probably going to be, you know, ridiculously hard to get reservations. But I mean, if we can go to Chicago and figure that out, we can take a road trip real quick to Orlando to stay in a hotel for a weekend.
So. What my understanding is that you will only be able to go into the hotel if you're staying in it.
Right, we'd stay there. That's what I'm saying. We would rent.
No. I know. And there's gonna be, I think it's only like 100 rooms or so, maybe even less.
I think it's like 50 something.
Is it 50 something rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard a couple different things, but I know it's not going to be a lot of rooms. So I know it's going to be basically sold out. You might have to do it a year in advance, kind of situation.
Hey, listen. As long as we end up doing it, but as soon as we can make reservations, we should. That's what I'm saying, and hopefully, you know, and it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good idea. I think it'll be a great episode for us to film. I think it'll be a good excuse for us to because I have to be reasonable. We have not hung out since Chicago and in April, and that's a crying shame. Just to make it very clear. So I think that, you know, this is another good way for us to commit to, you know, seeing each other off the computer screen. I don't know if you guys care anymore, but it hurts me to be in a long distance friendship. All right, well, that's it, guys. That's wrapping up D23 special. Keep up the Geek Bros. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, email us about anything that we discussed that you're interested in, or if you want us to cover it more, or if you have your own opinions about it, especially certain things that we discussed. You can check us out on Geek Bros with a 0. That's at IG, Twitter, at geekbros.yahoo.com, facebook.com, that's Geek Bros with a 0. Of course, listen to us every week as long as we don't have any hiccups. WeBeGeeksPC.com, and watch us the following week after new episodes are dropped. YouTube.com/Vibro Studios. All D23 Coverage is brought to you by CNBC.com, Zavvi.com, and Gizmodo.com. Shameless promotion, guys. Darflex.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at DarthFlex. You can find me on Instagram as well as the Inebriator Craftsman. Once again, easy to find. The only ones under that name.
Garbanzo.
You can find me on the gram, the Twitter, and the YouTubes at Bean BEANTKE 278, BeanTeek 278, or find me on Garbanzo's Corner on Facebook.
Fantastic. And I'm Vibe. You can check me out at Viberev Studios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, website, and YouTube. So, again, final question. Tell us what announcements you were excited most about. Email us, geekbros@yahoo.com. And with that being said, that's it for Keeping the Geek Bros D23 special. Geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.